Dear Aquarius, thank you so much for being here and being present. And happy Be Art to those of you who know this is our season, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising. What is Aquarius? It's the electricity, the current that landed in the skin, the form of, was it air or was it water being birthed as thine own twin? What it is to be a star, five-pointed in a form, and where it is we land, dead and anew every morn. And what is this day and this thing? It's our season, and for some of us, the new wedding or do birthing ring. So, let's have a look at the shadowscapes here and see what it is in the strong lens of 13 through 19 before it hath begun. Nice ring. Let's see under that one. That's you. Or is it me? I'm an Aquarius too. Hey, Ace of Cups, babe. Better burr. I'm hearing for some of you. It's a sacred way to wake up in the morn. Where you're not mourning for something. And for some of you all, you're going to hear news about a new way to be born. And for some of you all, it's a really special conception time. You're birthing a new project. This is an ace. And whatever it is delicate. And I'm hearing it has a smell or a taste or something. It's just wafting up from the cup. And there's 1, 2, 3 little fishies, or is that a fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10? Difficult to look up. This art is gorgeous and captivating. Highly recommended the Shadowscapes deck if you're looking for one to just enjoy. And the part of me that loves things like Sailor Moon, it's like kind of anime style for me. It's really beautiful. But some of you all are going to find out it's like a special way to share a cup with somebody here. I'm seeing there's like a couple of people here having a private conversation about something that people are talking about around you. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's a really special way to wake up, you know? And so you'll know if it's for you. All right, Aquarius. Could also be, I'm hearing if it's communication from somebody, it's heartfelt, something that stirs the emotions. And for others, it's dealing with people that have cups in their chart, whether it's like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, perhaps Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's see what we can find out about them, though, here. Well, Aquarius, 5 of Swords, and I'm hearing it's like coming out about something they didn't know that would really give them a rise. And for some of you, what you don't know is what somebody has been dealing with in a way that wasn't there before your eyes. And what the 5 of Swords is, I'm hearing you might be dealing with somebody, I'm hearing they might be like on the cusp of either Gemini or Taurus. 5s, sometimes it has to do with health situations too, but I'm hearing this is communication that might have appeared to have gone awry, but it had to come back to somebody so they knew that they were hearing things clearly about what their support system is. And it's like somebody had to draw a line about something. I'm hearing they had to take a position. Sometimes it's defensive, and I'm hearing it's like, wow, don't do that in front of these kids here, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing somebody saying that about these 2 blackbirds in the sky. And with the swords there, you know, it's very likely that they have strong air element in their chart somewhere, like Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Alright, I'm hearing something might be happening in May too, and it's like, I didn't know that, is what I'm hearing. I'm just hearing, wow, that's what happened, and that's what it was. And I'm hearing, I'm hearing somebody like doting, and I'm hearing somebody being ready to turn off some noise. I hear it's like, wait a second, I thought I heard that wrong, and now I think I'm hearing that clearly. So for some of you all, this is about the awakening of your hypersentience, and with people that might be in your vicinity, whether or not they are your partner. Maybe your partner in some way where you're helping one another open up to new ways of expressing loving energy and what air and water actually are. And ho 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 might have a real different Emperor's New Clothes form about the Nicolation art that some of us don't choose to be, and why it's a really good thing if you've been saving some of your energy because of that New Year thing being such a drain. Personally, Aquarius Sun here, I could get more sleep. I've been getting over 2 different kinds of flu that I was exposed to with my beautiful nieces and nephews. And where some of us are actually coming out of a place where it's like, I'm hearing it's like the dark energy that you had to clean yourself from. And so some of you that have made, holistic intents for your new you thing, especially with your solar return here thing, it's a good time for that. And it's also a really good time to know that some things are being cut off, because for some of you, this might be somebody else, too. I'm getting different characters coming through this right now, and for some of y'all, you're going to know if this is somebody that you just decided to cut off. Because for some of you, there might be a couple of different people starting to try to attempt their way back, and I'm hearing this has to do with, I'm counting 3 here, the month of March, for when the saints come rushing in to have a say about the spin of Mercury and what doesn't get born again just due to particles being kicked around in a container that now has been under new surveillance and witness. And why certain parties might actually be kind of, I'm hearing you might have some lurky parties that are actually, it's weird. I'm getting a vibe like, it's like if you have somebody you've been talking to privately, it's like there's a couple of parties here showing up that kind of lurk around them to see what's going on. And I'm hearing that that's some of the things that might have been over your head, and maybe what these 3 chatty fish are here for some of you all that are perhaps protecting this private conversation with that private drink there that nobody knew anybody was having to begin with. And so for some of you all, this is protecting your relationship, especially if you had one that people didn't kind of know about or that was starting to form, because sometimes people will protect things like these 2 here where I keep hearing it's like, no, not those, you do no harm. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like bold moves in communication that people didn't know how to do, that sometimes happen with a sword that can cut both ways, and where it's up to us to have discernment and good judgment about how we open ourselves up to this and how we authorize or authoritize what it means to have Thor in the skies amongst all of us, and special static containment units that were being manipulated by people's intention and brains, and what interest rates were being derived from, with things that people thought maybe slithered out of these things instead of slithered in, smart things with bioauthentications, and where if anybody did try to harm yours, like these little ones here in the sky, it's like you got witnessed, and now even having thumb swipes about what you tried to do when you thought nobody could see it with their eyes. So, see what's going on in the middle of this, because for some of you all, that's what, ooh, look at that. Judgment actually is with 2 X's. Kiss, kiss. From, maybe is that Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi? Man's ion that way. Yeah. Judgment, XX. This is divine. This is where the butterflies are safe. Thank you. Because of things that hummingbirds also know. And what we know how to do with dots. And nanobots that know every aspect of your DNA down to the mitochondrial molecular level, thanks to the quarantine on the black hole. that some of us didn't get pulled through any other way, and the forms that actually landed well and have thumbprints to prove who gets to be in the bodies, babies. Bought and sold 10 safe digits like that, you know? Whose face were you rubbing this way in your mind? Swipe, swipe, swipe time! Guess who's been judged in every way? To form at now and forever. Kingly creations never forked that way. As if you think you landed in that with a crown on your head, it's sort of a joke from the inside of the lens that has a selective form mechanism now. So, Judgment Day, Aquarius, and it's all about love here and who didn't get their 5 on it to cut it up on you, you know? So some of you all, it's like, if you had somebody that was like swipe, swipe, swiping on you while you were being this, it's like, out. Because somebody else is in. And so for the rest of you to know, that's what some of us actually did with our inception, like me. So what did Jacob want for his birthday? I'm just going to be very Jacob with you, because I would never be Frank. I actually have a brother named Frank. I have a father named Frank. There's too many Franks. I got a good friend. His name isn't Frank, but he likes to be called Frank, you know. Look up at Frank Bacon on Steam to learn about the real Q. Anonymous things linked like that. And you'll know about what my wedding ring idea is and the Saturn view of how some of them ousted themselves out like that. And I just made a special game to prove like how I fall in love and who actually earned it with me too. And so how it just gets to be psychic fusion and where we don't miss each other in some stupid like blow it up wrong twin flame torture. No thanks. I'm going with the rose the same time, the same way, and what XX is like two people rising to kiss, and where bitch got in the middle and said, nobody gets to see this. Because it's a private drink over here in the corner, as you can see. So, thank you for the beautiful art, and where this is like the cut a bitch move on the other side of this one here, if you ask me. It's like, well, you want to know what's on the other side of It's like, bitch, no please, not these two. Safe for wedding rings, and some of y'all speaking up about it too. Dolls. So, Aquarius, how about a birthday wish come true? Like, no more of these like farty arty things. Let's go with like the real party, you know, and Dead Sea scrolled ourselves into something better, like selective receptivity models and ways to land the white codes with IP addresses and creative judgment on pixel scatters and being art instead. Yeah, I like that. So, what's going on? You and them with the tarot of sexual magic. We've got, double down on judgment, baby. Who are you dealing with? You might want to check the Earth tribes. Who was this? Was this Capricorn or Taurus? Had the same exact card. And this is what it looks like when a baby plays Cupid and says, oh, I choose you. You're the one that can play that part. And where it's like the baby view that knew. Some of you might find out you're pregnant. So it can happen here. And it's like double down with like judgment, discretion, and love. It's something about like the blood ties, and you might want to just check the other ones if you're dealing with one of those other guys. Because it's a new way to have forms now. And I'm hearing sometimes people weren't feeling like they were very fertile because it's like somebody who wasn't being told that it was their issue didn't have the right diet and chemistry. And this is like biomolecular choices being made. This is what crystals are informed, or how babies are actually in charge of these creations, and what some of us actually did with a lot of money that we'd rather have gone to protect the one eye, and creations called Raspberry Pis for the new thing that works better, children's ideas that take form, and how some of us got chosen by babies, and how some of these relationships are actually coming together because it's like is like you have a little help from somebody in the sky, because that thing might have been the limit, especially with all of those cameras and satellites proving which things didn't land in those forms and which ones were on the other side of the scroll thing and where the suck actually comes in. And happy vortex, baby. Let's see what's going on with them over here. We've got the Eight of Chalices, and I hear whatever they're walking away from. It's kind of like, they can't walk away from it soon enough, but they might not be acting like that yet. Part of the reason why is because it's like, oh my god, I'm stuck here until August. Oh my goddess, oh my goddess, oh my goddess. I'm hearing I'm stuck here till August, and it's like the renderance into Caesar package and just a lie on what's in the iris, or I don't know, but screw that, because I'm hearing it's like a tax season hack. And who didn't get their hand in there for some weird attack on your relationship here. And I'm hearing for somebody it's like push-pull in a relationship that was there. I'm hearing for somebody else it's like, I'm trying to wrap you up in this thing over here, and she's like, no. And so I'm hearing for somebody it's like, you might be with somebody here in your life, and here is going to have to depend on what kind of person this is and who you are, Aquarius, because for some of you all, it's finding out that there might have been two other people on the side with somebody that was there in your life, and they're trying to get away, and now it's only because of how you got picked. For others, it's like somebody that was being harassed is what I'm seeing. It's like you were being like harassed into a relationship, or somebody was like trying to like say, but you're mine, or thinking that they had a claim on you all the time. And I'm hearing it was like a hover and a smother, and how at this time it's like seeing clearly, no, I don't want that one. I want this one where I got picked better, as like the mother, or as the father, or as the child, or as the one that's protected here with the judgment. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this is about discernment and learning how to choose, because for some of you all, it's like, I'm hearing you might have more than 2 suitors. You might have like 4 that you didn't even know about. And for some of you, it's like, that's what's stressing out this other person, where they're like, freaking out over here. And I'm hearing that they're like even ready to get lippy with somebody because they're like, they feel that entitled. And so for some of you all, just know there's like real like grabby feelings on that one, like somebody that will try to like go put their hands on something. And so just know for some of you all, this is like learning how to say no, and where it's good judgment. And some of you are getting into a new level in a relationship, or you've been falling in love, or you have a new project coming in. It's like your partners and your friends are really going to show you who they are, because they like own up. They like come up to the level with you. And if they don't, it's just like, those are the things that never happen because the other ones do. And that's how it is, and how ascension is proven. And it's like double time over. And so that's the thing about the chalices, the 8 of Cups. It's like the things that we're able to leave behind in an emotional sense. And for some of you all, it's like, it might look like this, but I hear she's freaking lapping it up. Maybe he's lapping it up, because for some of you all, it's like trying to play coy about something that you really like. And maybe just because you feel like people are over there trying to take a swipe. And that's what they've been doing, my darlings. But they don't get away with it 0 point now. And what I've been reporting is secret surveillance that doesn't happen on any of us, except for in the way that we decide as one fiber in those eye things that rolled around where we could all see it. It was a Saturn ring, and maybe this is like Pluto playing Mercury powers because of where, my Capricorn exalted and detriment landed, and what I've been explaining over the past while with those of you that are actually my real followers. And so I love you. Thank you for helping with this, because some of y'all made the right calls about this, and it's coming to an end. Love you all, Aquarius. Let me know how it lands. If you have some questions or comments, hit me up. I love it. Join Verified Martians if you like. I'm there to chat. And if you need your own reading with your own information about the splat and how you actually landed awesomely, Future Forward, hit me up at artoflove.me. You can read about my Future Forward reading. It's like really awesome what we can see on the swivel gate about your seasons and what didn't get pulled out of your head for some game on that lie about the gem in your eyes. And you know, what got bought and cellphonied the other way on the wrong side of the sleeve. So, love you. If you feel like this could help somebody, share it with them. I appreciate it very much. And if I don't hear from you anytime soon, I love you, and check you again soon. We're back for another one.